Has it begun?
Okay.
Has it begun? Are we vlogging?
Yeah. Ciao Vez! Oggi ho pensato di portarvi l'esperienza di un attore americano, lui è Kyle. From America. Lui è un attore e come me, più o meno, e come voi magari, sta trasferito a New York e sta cercando appunto di iniziare la sua carriera. Quindi mi è sembrato interessante portarvi la sua esperienza per capire un po' come funziona in New York.
It sounds so much better in Italian.
Yeah, you know. he doesn't know very well Italian, so I will do
Yo
the...
no sé.
No, this is for Spanish. Io non so.
Spagnolo sì, spagnolo.
Ciao a tutti amici spagnoli. I'll ask him some questions in English and then I try to get subtitles.
Sottotitoli.
Sottotitoli.
Sì.
So, Kyle.
Yes.
From
New York.
Whoa. Introduce yourself.
My name is Kyle. I'm from New York, and
Thank you.
I'm leaving.
No, please. What do you do in your life?
Yeah, so we were talking about this. Like in New York, I just, obviously acting doesn't pay all the bills. Probably it's the same. This is what we were talking about. It's like whether you're in Italy or I met actors from Spain and France. It's like it doesn't matter if you're there or if you're in New York.
It's the same.
The life is exactly the same.
What do you do for a living?
Well, so I was working as like a production assistant on this musical on Broadway called The Music Man. It's pretty good. You should buy a ticket. But I was doing that. I'll do like copywriting, like writing for advertisements or e-commerce and stuff like that. And then it's just auditions.
So you have to find an agency.
You find an agent, which I don't know if it's like here. It feels like it's impossible.
Yeah. The same in Italy.
Okay, and everybody's story of how they found one is like, yeah, my friend, he like knew another guy.
Yeah.
And then and then I sent an email and
uguale in Italia, non cambia niente, vedete?
Exactly. And then all of a sudden like, oh, I'm in a Marvel movie. You're like, what the f? Oh wait, we can't swear.
No, we can.
Okay, just leave it out.
Yeah. But let me check if I'm recording.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't go to drama school or anything. I had a completely other career.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to work in politics. Ugh. That's where I learned to act.
You practiced a lot.
Yeah, I practiced a lot. Hi, yes, she'll get back to you. I promise.
Yeah.
I should look here or look at you.
No,
does it
what
matter?
do you want?
Look at the people.
Yeah, hi people.
Hi people.
Ciao Vez.
Ciao Vez.
Yeah.
It's Vez. But what about you? Like, when did you start acting?
No, they
or did
don't.
they already know this?
They know. They understand.
I'm trying to do like a give and take.
No, the interview is mine.
I'll just take.
Fuck you. So, do you think it's important, especially in New York, to study for become an actor, or you can just...
I don't know. I mean, like all my favorite actors, it seems like they didn't go to Juilliard or Juilliard.
Yeah.
They didn't go to Juilliard, or they didn't go to like New York University, blah blah blah.
They are expensive schools, or?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Super. And also this is the other thing. It doesn't make sense to me. Like you go into debt for $60,000-$70,000 a year. What? Just to be like to act? Not that acting's not like cool or worth your time, because I think it totally is. Yeah. But it's like then the number of people who they're just gifted actors and they've never studied, or they learn on a set, or they learn just trying to do it.
Yeah.
And also New York is very like that. If you have like your friends my friend's a writer, my other friend's a director, we want to just put up a show on the subway.
Okay.
Compared to New York, Europe in general, like I haven't been everywhere in Europe, obviously, but Spain, extremely cheap compared to New York.
Yeah.
And it was Barcelona. So it's like if Barcelona is cheap compared to New York, Rome feels still cheaper than New York. And Fiuggi, obviously.
Fiuggi. Now we are in Fiuggi for CINEMADAMARE, ma voi dovreste saperlo perché state guardando i miei video. E se non li guardate, mi raccomando, iscrivetevi al canale, attivate la campanella, perché questi sono i contenuti che ci piacciono. Metti like. Hai messo like? Bravo.
Oh, hit like and be sure to subscribe.
Yeah. Hi Florian.
Chi vi ha permesso?
Siamo venuti, ci serviva un posto dove... Posso finire? Un minuto e ce ne andiamo. Scusami Florian, ti offro una sigaretta dopo.
Yeah, and like actors have no money. I'm always broke. I don't have any money, so...
Yeah, this is a quite accustomed...
yeah, it's very common.
Yeah, it's very common. Do you have an agency, an agent?
So it's probably not one that anyone's ever heard of, But one way you get an agent in New York, I don't know if it's similar here, is someone can refer you.
Okay.
So like when I moved to New York, I met this older actor. His name's Theo.
Okay.
Incredible. Like he's in all these indie movies in New York. Everybody loves him. But he should be so much bigger than he is. We met, and then he saw something I did, and he's like, "Oh, you're new to the city. You don't have. Do you have an agent?" Da 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 da. I was like, "No, I don't have one, but I would like one. How do I get one?" He's like, "Well, I could refer you if you would like."
Wow.
And, he didn't say it like that. I asked.
Okay,
I said, please refer. And he was like, "Sure." So I sent a reel, show reel, headshots, resume, sent it to this agent. The agent was like, "Yeah, we should. I think it's a fit. No one else on our roster is like
you."
Yes, which is like, oh.
Wow,
They like me. They really like me.
Lucky is one of the always.
I mean, and also that's what everyone says. It's like you can be great. And you can also be lucky, and you would prefer to be lucky. So now, especially because of COVID, every audition is a self-tape.
Yeah, in Italy too.
Every audition is a self-tape, but it's still like beneficial to live in a place where you just. Some older actors who are much more well-known, they tell me all the time, like, "Oh yeah, I was walking down the street and I ran into this producer who remembered me from this thing," and. He's like, you would be great as so-and-so. Let me set up a meeting.
Contacts or every...
Exactly. So it's like in New York, you get that, especially for theater, because the traditional divide is New York, great for theater, Los Angeles, great for film.
Okay.
And then TV kind of sits somewhere between the two.
Okay.
And then also a lot of people, they go to Atlanta, Georgia, because they shout so many films there. They shoot like Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Which is supposed to be in New York.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. If it's important to move in a city.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah, it's important because for the reason I just mentioned. And then also it's just like energy.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean energy like, Zen. Buddhism, whatever. It's more like there's this feeling that everybody's trying to make something happen, and if you
move the energy, you will have more
completely.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I spent so much time like strategizing. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? And the fact of the matter is, if you just start making things, people notice. Yeah. And that's kind of what's happened recently, because me and a bunch of friends did a play as a part of this theater festival. Okay. And it's just insane, the people who would just reach out and be like, "Oh, I saw your play, can I send you something?" Or, "I just saw you posting on Instagram that you were doing a play." There could have been no play. You could have just been like, we're doing a play. Check your inbox. Okay. So yeah.
Last question. What is your dream now for that actor? What you want to do? What you would like to do?
I don't know if I hate this question. Ask me again. No. My dream?
Yeah. Move to Rome and try to Rome. Stay in New York and do the Marvel movies.
Okay, let me just tell you though, I love movies and like movie history, and there is a really long tradition of Americans doing movies in Italy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, Clint Eastwood. If it weren't for Sergio Leone, no Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Works for
But the dream would be to, whose career I really want? Willem Dafoe's. Willem Dafoe? Did you ever see Spider-Man with the Green Goblin? He played the Green Goblin. But he also does like The Lighthouse and To Live and Die in LA. He does these indie movies, and then he does these amazing... Yeah, and he always plays like some interesting, creepy...
Yeah, very creepy.
That's what I want.
Ok. Next, William Dafoe.
Thank you.
Vi lascio il suo Instagram nella descrizione, che se siete interessati andate a seguirlo, e noi ci vediamo al prossimo video.
A round of applause for this man.
Thank you.
Ciao.